A day after Caleb Hamisi, Sabauti Member of Parliament, opined that Uhuru Kenyatta is rooting for Musalia Karua ticket, TV47 is exclusively reporting that the new National Democratic Alliance that is formed, the new party that has been formed and led by former Mudavadi's PA, is actually Musalia Mudavadi's exit party out of the Kenya Kwanza administration. In this podcast, we are going to interrogate more about the prospects of this party and what really would have triggered Musalia Mudavadi to make a U-turn after folding the ANC party. I am in this podcast, our position was clear that while Musalia Mudavadi wanted to impress his boss, William Ruto, but it was a big political blunder. Having learned from how Jubilee went down after 2017 general election, it was a blunder to fold ANC because of temporary comfort. And what Musalia foresaw, he folded ANC to join UDA, and the UDA is also likely dead. I can't remember when last the UDA Secretary General Hassan Omar came out to defend the UDA party, or even speak on behalf of UDA, or even make a statement in respect to the things happening in the country. Probably they lost Malala, and Malala could have been a better Secretary General. We want to look at that, but kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our videos. Thank you very much for supporting this podcast. We do this each and every day because of your support. Subscription is absolutely free. So thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you also very much for supporting our charity work. We normally say we are a podcast that is unique. We cannot just sit there and complain the whole day. A little we can do, we can rally ourselves together and make an impact in the society. And that is why this month we were helping Faith Wambui in Mbere, and we are going to hand over the house this coming Saturday. And thank you very much for supporting that. Now, without much ado, I want us to get this story from TV47.
Musalia Mudavadi have now formed a new political party as Democratic National Alliance, DNA. The formation of the new political party has sparked speculations over whether this is a safe haven for the former ANC party leader after he folded the party merge with the ruling party UDA. Mudavadi has, however, denied any links with the new outfit, as Linda Alela now reports.
The DNA party, steered by former Mudavadi allies, says it is sure to take on President William Ruto for the top seat come 2027. However, they fell shy of naming the party's 2027 flag bearer.
But we are encouraging them to come and occupy the space. That's the assurance that we want to give to our young people. And it's amazing what time can do. If the president has forgotten how he can leave office, is asked that question, is very relevant. How do you want me to live? Mr. President, how did you get there in the first place?
It is difficult to imagine a stable Kenya under this presidency beyond just a short distance from where we are today. The recklessness and ruthlessness has been completely out of character.
In your own home base back in Eldoret is saying you should go home. Do Kenyans want to remove President William Ruto? Yes, they are telling him very clearly that you must go. Do they want to do that extra constitutionally? I don't think so, not at all. I don't think there's any individual who has got the capacity to mobilize young people in the manner in which we have seen.
The Democratic National Alliance DNA political outfit today unveiled its members and its party headquarters stationed in Karen, Nairobi, from its previous presence in Mombasa. Pandits have argued that the party that has Dr. Muluka as the Secretary General and the former PA to the Prime CS Godfrey Kanoti as the party leader is a carpet laid to accommodate Mudavadi's presidential ambitions come 2027.
And the movement has begun. So we expect them to drop that ideology, because it does not make sense. When you say that we are coming together because we are cousins and we are campaigning on the platform of being cousins, you are excluding like-minded people who do not belong to the communities that make you think that you are cousins.
We want a country that unites all, and that is the stand of DNA. We must climb down from those ideologies. We must bring the country together. This country can never be on Bantu Nilotes divide.
If I wanted to join another party, I can do it.
Yes. When the smoke comes out, there is fire. So this story, before you even start thinking of, oh, is it his Mudavadi or not? The sign of the smoke is telling you that there is a fire. And it will not take long before I show you the fire. I even want to prove for you that indeed there is fire. If you've been following my podcasts on Mulembe Nation politics, you will actually agree with me that in Mulembe Nation, there is some fire. You can look around and you're going to see this fire. The Secretary General is Muluka. Muluka is a columnist, I think by Standard or Nation, if I'm not wrong. It could be Nation. Is Nation, actually. And has been lethal against President Ruto. Do you know Muluka was at one point the Secretary General of ANC and was a very close associate of Musalia Mudavadi. But just away from him, the party leader, look at the vice chairperson, Nyambane. Nyambane worked for Musalia Mudavadi in that office of when the Foreign Affairs at some point. And I think that was actually in the county at some point. But I'm a bit interested in this gentleman, George Kanoti. George Kanoti was Musalia Mudavadi's private secretary after Kabatesi left. And just 2 weeks ago, he appeared in Mulembe FM in an interview alongside Ayub Savula, the Kakamega deputy governor who was in a joint ticket with Fernandez Baraza, Savula through from DPK, and Fernandez Baraza of ODM. So George Kanoti, while appearing in that interview, unleashed a bombshell on how Musalia Mudavadi is uncomfortable and how Mudavadi has been sidelined in the Ruto administration.
Lawyers have always voted against government. They are still looking for that leader. Na mwisho bakule kubolere efwe kama baluya kuitokuwa na candidate. Any coalition that does not give us number 1 or number 2 in that coalition, we are not boarding. Any coalition, afadhali tuhesabiwe Waluya tukuwe na presidential candidate, tuhesabu Waluya ni wangapi. Lakini hatutaenda kwa any coalition where we are being told we are number 3. Hii ya Ruto hatuko, kwa sababu hatuko number 3. Musalia vitu yenye alipromisiwa zote amenyang'anywa. Alikuanga kwa presidency, alikuanga president, deputy president, prime cabinet secretary. Wakang'oa, akabaki president, deputy, Musalia akawekwa chini ya Kosgei. Ikakuja state corporations ambazo zilikuwa zimewekwa. State corporations were there. Wakatoa kwa hiyo ofisi ya Musalia zikatupwa nje. Government Delivery Service, where I've been a director, yote ilikuwa chini ya Musalia, ikatolewa kwa executive order number 2, ikang'olewa. Musalia ameachwa na ile shell inaitwa Foreign Affairs. Anakaa huko peke yake. Musalia acted for so many days as a prime cabinet secretary. In the end, when Ruto was bringing back his cabinet, wakati alikuwa amedissolve cabinet, akarudisha Musalia peke yake kwa 30%.
That gentleman talking is the party leader of that National Democratic Alliance party. That is the party leader. And I think Team 47 have done their research. And sometimes, let me tell you, Mudavadi is denying. Did you expect him to say he's the party, that is his party? Did you expect him? No. No, of course, no. But this is how politics is done. And Mudavadi is realizing that, look here, I might have made a mistake. I've been saying, and I've been making this political observation, Mulembe Nation is going to be a hard nut to crack. Let me just jog your mind a bit. When you look around and you've been following, if you leave out Wetangula, who is supporting Ruto, and not by telling the people what Ruto has done, he's supporting Ruto by attacking Gachagua, that is apart from Wetangula, and Nidimas Baraza, who is only defending Ruto because there is a case hanging somewhere, and is not now comfortable because, not even comfortable because Tim Wanyenyi is going for Bungoma governor's seat. Who else, in your clearest sense, who else is William Ruto's defender in Western? Let's just look at the counties. Bungoma. Okiya Omtata, the senator, is a rebel. Does not support President Ruto. If you look at the governor, ODM has been very lukewarm and only purports to support the president when the president is there. Go to Kakamega. Cleophas Malala is the deputy party leader of DCP, really trying to angle for Kakamega. Boni Khalwale, the chief whip and the senator, is UDA and is leaving UDA.
Even when they hold meetings, I'm a member of the National Executive Council of UDA. But when they call those meetings, they don't even bother to call me. I have refused to accept that Luyas don't count. I am saying in 2027, Vana Baba Luya, this time will be counted and they will be known. As far as Mudavadi is concerned, as far as Wetangula is concerned, you are only as good as you help them to take people to the polling stations so that they get those positions. When they get whatever benefits they get in return, which I don't know, Wetangula, mani ne helicopter, mahira ibungoma, Mudavadi, mayiha nende helicopter ibihika, mahira bindu bienebo, yueneyo, papara Kakamega ibereho, I am going to make sure in 2027 Kakamega gets a position at the national table of brotherhood.
Look at the women rep is ODM plus LC Muhanda is women rep plus the governor ODM. They're not. Trans Nzoia is another story. Natembea with the Tayo movement is unstoppable.
Power is very temporary. Power is very temporary. Sisi tumeona vile mambo yanafanyikana. Wewe kama ni MP, wewe kama ni governor, hata kama ni president. Mimi wakati Mzee Moi alikufa nilikuwa PC bali na mimi tusamie matanga ya Mzee Moi. I was the first person kwenda Kabarak. Watu waliweka Mzee wakatoa kwa kiti, watu wakawacha kwenda Kabarak. Mzee alikuwa na Kabarak peke yake. Askari ya GSU. I say this because I was there. Niliona. Ile power yote Mzee Moi alikuwa nayo, wale marafiki wake wote walikuwa marafiki zake kwa sababu he was the president. Ukiondoa hiyo kiti, hao wananchi mnaona hii hata Mutito anasema at senator manani. Ukitoa tu senator 95% wameenda. Wameblock wewe simu, umekuwa mteja lakini simu yako imeharibika. They have moved on. Power is temporary. Tulikuwa naongea mambo ya Kenyatta wa pili, naongea mambo ya Uhuru. Power is temporary. Tumia tu power vizuri tu kuserve watu. Yes, serve the people. Mimi naona viongozi wenzangu wanakuja wananikashifu hapa. Ni kama natembea amekuwa gavana kwa miaka 20. Nimekuwa kwa ofisi just for 2 years. Miaka 2 peke yake. Lakini ndio kama angekuwa wanakaa kwa county wangekuwa wamejua natembea amefanya nini. Lakini sasa kama huko na mimi siwezi kuja kwa matanga nikwambie nilifanya hii. Huyu mama anasikia kama nikisema kama nilicheka hospitali. It's completely irrelevant. Na kama walifanya kazi usipige kifua, wacha wananchi wenyewe waione. Ama namna gani? Maana kama kuna barabara watakanyaga barabara. Ndio? Kama kuna ofisi umejenga watakuja wataiona. Kama umepeana maziwa kwa watoto wanaona watoto wanakwambia hiyo maziwa yanatoka wapi? Inaonekana you don't have to say. Whatever has been done is self-explanatory. Ningependa
cha DCP. Hiyo chama tunashikana na Wiper, chama ya Kalonzo Musyoka, tunashikana na chama ya Matiang'i, tunashikana na chama ya Eugene Wamalwa na wapinzani wote. Kazi yetu sisi hatutaki kujua ni nani atakuwa rais kwanza. Shida ya Kenya ni yule rais ambaye yako hapo. Unasikia wanatuambia ati upinzani hauna agenda. Ati sisi kila siku tunasema Ruto must go. Ati hatuna agenda. Sisi tuko na agenda kubwa. Niwaambia agenda yetu. Agenda yetu ni moja. Ni hiyo Ruto must go. Hiyo ndio agenda yetu. Sababu hatuwezi anza kuambia ati tutawaundia barabara. Ati tutawaundia.
In Vihiga, who is William Ruto's supporter? Who comes out to defend, apart from the women rep? Who will only defend when in the other areas? Have you seen a caucus of Western MPs coming out to say, we defend William Ruto on, sugar licensing, leasing? Have you seen? This is Khalwale. Hawa ndo Ruto anategemea. Hawa ndo Ruto anategemea. Hawa. This one who is already running away, saying he's not going to vie through that party, and showing the signs of exit. Apart from him, Natembeya and Malala are actually breathing fire, forming a big force to go head-on against William Ruto. How do you even get away with this? You can be smart. You can be streetwise. But is it easy to get away with this? It is not. That is Malala Natembeya axis. Now, if you ask me, what is Musalia Mudavadi's game plan? What are his options? Just listening to George Kanoti, number one, he's been kept busy by the foreign affairs docket. He was given, nani alitolewa hapo, this is Mutua, and nowadays I don't hear Mutua. Mutua alitolewa hapo, akapewa. And of course, it was touted and said, some David is more polished. Of course, in terms of delivery, he's tried. But of course, one of the reasons why he was taken there was to engineer, to lead Raila Odinga's ANC, Raila Odinga's AU campaigns, which failed. I saw him making another blunder recently, attacking Traore, that has backfired on Kenya, and so on and so forth. But while Ruto has successfully made Musalia Mudavadi look more of a career civil servant than the politician that is known for. Yes. So what has triggered the U-turn? I think Musalia Mudavadi is realizing the by-elections are coming. UDA party is not that strong. And the new alliance between Ruto and Raila is going to birth a 2027 party, and the deal between Ruto and Raila is going to form the basis of Ruto succession. So I think Mudavadi wants to test muscles with the coming by-elections, especially in the western side. Yes, he wants to test what's up with these by-elections and probably test his popularity. So the earthquake man is realizing that something is amiss. The second thing, I think, Musalia is simply looking for a bargain tool. You know, politics is not straight. You must do, what if I do this, what would I achieve the other side? And I want to use a good example, is Moses Kuria. What Moses Kuria did in the run-up to 2022 general elections is what he's trying now. He was initially with William Ruto. In the run-up after 2018, he was initially with the Union People in UDA, in ANC, in Jubilee. Then rushed fast and formed a political party known as Chama cha Kazi after realizing that William Ruto would leave, and even went forward and won the junior parliamentary seat, Koimburi. It was used actually to test the waters. Then after that, Ruto formed UDA. So when Ruto was looking for coalition, he came through with that party, only for it to be closed after the general election. And I think the members of the public must be very careful. Political parties are currently coming up and they're being mainstreamed. I've been saying, even the DCP by Rigathi Gachagua, I don't agree with, Rigathi says, I will say who to be elected here and who not to be elected here. That cannot be the way of mainstreaming our politics. If you take that direction, I can tell you, tutapiga kelele tuna fix hapa, but you cannot fix the politics at the grassroots. You must elect leadership based on what they have done. And that's why even the president asks us for the plan, we judge him by that plan, because that plan has failed. So we are telling him the plan has failed. He's saying, bring another plan. We don't have the other one. The other one has not come, but yours has also failed. Mudavadi is angling the Luhya leg in the stool, and this is the rush. By the way, let me tell you, this is the dilemma he is in. Who gonna auction Luhya votes? You know, I'm one person who I like reality in politics. The reality here is, we have the Gen Z population. It will have a significant, it's a step towards detribalizing of politics. But we are not yet at climax. I may not be shocked to see the tribal cocoons still playing a big role in 2027 elections. We've started making baby steps towards issue-based politics. And the arrival of Gen Z came as a blessing, of the Gen Z movement came as a blessing. Because that's where we are heading actually. But largely, we are still tribal. And Musalia Mudavadi knows this. And he knows that there is a talk going on in Milembe Nation that this time round, Raila is not taking us to the decision-making table. Ourselves, we must be in that table. Now, that is what Musalia wants to achieve, probably to be in that table. As to whether he can join forces and be Martha Karua's running mate, be the candidate deputized by Martha Karua, it is a matter of wait and see. But to my end, this is not going to be rosy. Thank you.